Ooh, I got it. Nice. I hope everybody's ready for some groundbreaking math, because today I'm unveiling the most important equation between Pythagoras and now. I call it the dodge formula, and if you use it correctly, it'll save you a lot of time, it'll save you LP, and it might just save your sanity. Let's do it. Where? Got her. Oh, close one. So I said in my last video that one of the biggest mistakes somebody can do is just never dodge. So I want to talk about how I decide when to dodge. First, I assign a point value to all of the good things and the bad things that you can see in Champ Select. Oh, I got it. And then I add up all of the points that point towards dodging, and I subtract all the points that suggest we have it better than the enemy. And if the total ends up being over 5, it's a dodge for me. I'll start with the smaller point ones that you see all the time. I think any bad pick or bad matchup is just worth 1 point. It's not gonna make you dodge on its own, but if you've already got other bad things going on, it can push you over the edge. So a bad pick is something like Yumi, just because the win rate is so low, or like any AD carry mid, especially Ezreal mid, I see a lot of, and I think it's trash. But if you have a bad matchup, like Darius versus Garen, you know, Darius is going to win like 8 out of 10 times. So that would be a point. And those go both ways. So if you've got a bad matchup and they've got a bad matchup, or you've got one bad matchup, they've got one really bad pick, like whatever, those kind of just cancel each other out. And then at 2 points, we have bad comp. And that means you've got like 5 AD, or you've got 4 AP and like Kai'Sa or Kog'Maw. You're lacking a damage type, or you somehow end up with like 5 range. The comps where you're clearly missing something, that's going to be 2 points, and it can be compounded by also having a lot of bad matchups. Like if you have that bad all AD comp, and then the enemy has a Rammus or a Malphite, that's going to also factor in bad matchups. So you can get multiple points there. Ah, my bad. Okay. This might be dumb, but I feel like I committed too much, so okay, that's okay. Also get 2 points for an unplayable matchup. And an unplayable matchup means not just like Darius beats Garen. I mean like Malphite versus Tryndamere, where the Tryndamere could be way better than the Malphite, and it's not going to matter because it's just a lost lane. Another one would be Malphite versus Sylas, except in this case, Malphite loses so hard that it's just terrible. You get into Champ Select, and the first thing somebody says is welcome to loser's queue. If you have a tilted teammate, that's immediately 3 points. And this is one where you're not going to get to subtract it from the enemy team because you don't know what their comms are. But if you get into Champ Select and somebody's already tilted, that's already 3 points toward a dodge. It's worse than any bad pick. Oof. I wish that had hit. Okay, let's get it. And then if you have multiple tilted teammates, like somebody says, oh, Aatrox, did you just play with Fiddlesticks jungle last game? And he says, yeah. And the Fiddlesticks said, oh, okay, well, you went like 1-12 and you entered my game. And then the Aatrox says, only because you died level 1 invading or something. You've got multiple teammates tilted. That's going to be 4 points toward a dodge. That's going to be really, really hard to win. If you have 2 teammates who don't get along before the game's even started, I mean, it just takes like 1 more bad matchup and I would dodge, because that's just such a bad start. If you get a teammate banning another teammate's champ ever, that's an immediate 4 points. Oh. Come on. Let's get it. Oh, okay. So it's an immediate 4 points if a teammate bans another teammate's champ, because you're very likely to end up with multiple tilted teammates, even if they don't immediately say something, although they usually will. And the final points one is if you get somebody who lets you know that they're trolling and troll picks, that's an immediate 100 points. And I don't care if the enemy has the worst comp ever, you dodge that one. Just gotta believe people when they tell you they're trolling.